scratch that, get them out of your life. You don't need that energy. Like, you straight up just use me, dude. Everyone has their red flags, okay? Immediately no. Communication, people, like, it's so easy. Like, hey, wanna come back to my place? Like, no, make it make sense. Like, oh, I've been on 2 dates. Relax. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, my name is Maddie. Today we're doing another girl talk video, and I love doing these because I can really just like dive deep into just different topics about being a girl. I'm here to be your big sister that you've never had, but we're gonna be getting ready while doing so. So let's go ahead and get into the questions I asked you guys on Instagram and here on YouTube. So I do a lot of like YouTube-y related things over on my Instagram, so if you're not following me on there, be sure to go follow me. Keep updated, you know, more like live updates over there, as well as my TikTok. I love me some TikTok, okay? And before we get started, I do want to mention that this video is sponsored by BetterHelp. So let's just dive right into the question. Okay, question number 1. How do you meet men while you're out on an app? How do you do it? Okay, this is something that I've been struggling with, honestly. Ever since I graduated college, I'm like, how am I supposed to go out and meet people? Like, let alone men, just like friends in general. Like, I'm sorry, what are you supposed to do? By the way, this is the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Skin Milk. I freaking love this stuff. It is my favorite. I've been using it for quite a while now. But for me personally, I was heavily against dating apps in college. I thought it was just for hookups, and I was like, that is not my vibe. So I just like was never on them. And then as soon as I graduated, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try out Hinge. I've had a few friends who said Hinge is a more serious app, whatever you want to call it. And I was like, okay, we'll do that. So I downloaded Hinge about, I don't know, like several months before I graduated college. And I put my location as Dallas, but I was still in Tuscaloosa because I'm like, if I'm moving to Dallas, like I gotta find my men in Dallas, you know, not here in Alabama. I matched with a few people here and there, and I'm actually friends with a few of them still. We never went on dates or anything. We just became like, I say friends. We follow each other on social media and keep in touch very briefly. Like, I don't think I would call that as friend. An acquaintance, I guess. Yeah, I've honestly, all the dates that I have been on since graduating, I would say about 95% of them have been from Hinge. No other dating app, just Hinge. I tried Bumble like, I don't know, a few weeks ago, downloaded it for maybe 20 minutes. Like I created my profile and everything, and I just realized it's the same people who are also on Hinge. So I'm like, you know what? There's no point in having two. Like, just, I'm not gonna do it. And my opinion of like meeting guys out at like, when you say out, I think like at a bar, like in a bar setting. That is not my go-to, just because I know like the people that, or the person that I want to spend the rest of my life with. I don't know, like just something about meeting a guy at a bar. Like I've met several guys out at bars. They ask for my number, whatever. But it's always just like, hey, want to come back to my place? Like, no. Like, at least take me out to dinner. But I truthfully, like, from my own experience, like, I've heard a few people who've, like, met their spouse just, like, at a bar randomly. But me, personally, it's never ended well. Not that it's ever ended badly, but I've never, like, gone out on a date with someone that I've met at a bar. And that just goes to show, like, what their intentions are whenever they meet you anyway. Okay, next question. How do you get over a breakup? Everyone will heal differently. It is all a process. There's no one way to do it. There's no right or wrong way to do it. There might be a few wrong things to do for getting over a breakup. But a few months back, I was seeing this guy and things just went south. I wouldn't call it a breakup. We just stopped talking. And I'm not gonna lie to you, like that brought me to a place that I don't think I've ever experienced before. Like I hit the lowest of lows. Honestly, I never want to experience that feeling ever again. It was the worst. And I'm not dumb to think that I will never experience that again. You know what? That's the risk I'm willing to take whenever it comes to dating. So who knows? Moral of the story is I was not doing well. I was looking up therapists. Like I really didn't know like how to go about this, just because I like have never felt pain or hurt like that before. I had never been to a therapist before. Like in my opinion, I can't afford a therapist to go. Like they're so expensive, and I just felt like the process of trying to find like a good one would be, one, expensive, like I just said, two, so taxing. It definitely helps to talk to someone. Like don't isolate. Don't like keep things to yourself. That is probably one of the worst things you can do. I am a victim of that. Like I grew up doing that. Luckily, it's something that I really don't do nearly as much anymore. I really do like express my feelings to people, talk about it, say like what I'm feeling, and have people, you know, like give their 2 cents. Or really just to have someone to listen to you. They don't need to give you advice. It's just good to get it off your chest, you know? And that is one thing that I really do love about BetterHelp. Again, thank you BetterHelp for sponsoring this video. They are truly a lifesaver. And when it comes to matching a therapist with you, like, yes, that can be tricky. It's almost like dating in a way, just to be possibly rejected yet again when that's like the whole reason I'm going to a therapist. Or maybe that's not your reason you're going to a therapist. Maybe it's a whole completely different reason. BetterHelp is here to help you find the person that you need to talk to. But when it comes to finding a therapist specifically for you, you can do it cost-free. You don't have to worry about insurance or anyone that's in your network or anything like that. All you gotta do is fill out a few short questions and BetterHelp will match you with someone in just a short few days. And who's to say you have to go through trauma to have a therapist? It is good to have someone to talk to just about everyday things. Like, you don't have to go through some traumatic thing just to have a therapist. I feel like a lot of people think that, but it really is good to talk to someone on a weekly, bi-weekly, maybe even daily basis. It is super easy to sign up. All you have to do is go to the link in my description box and go from there. Regardless if you have a clinical mental health issue like depression or anxiety, or if you're just a human who lives in this world who is going through a hard time, therapy can give you tools to approach your life in a very different way. BetterHelp is easily accessible and affordable, something that I've always struggled with and why I never went out of my way to look for therapists in the first place, like I said earlier. It's super easy to sign up, so just click the link in my description box and then you'll answer a few short questions. But just keep in mind, just remember that it takes time. Nothing's going to heal overnight. Healing is it's a roller coaster, okay? But yeah, moral of the story of this whole answer is it takes time. Talk to people, talk to your friends, talk to your family. Let it all out, cry it out. Don't hold in emotion. It feels good to let out emotion, trust me. It takes time. And not to say to like distract yourself, but you know, like keep yourself busy. Don't like isolate yourself at home. Like, work on yourself. This is the time to focus on you, your goals, and what you're wanting to strive for in your life, whether it's your career, school, friendship, whatever it is, work towards it, focus on it, put the energy that you're putting towards that one person into something else. You'll have good and bad days, but don't make the bad days override the good ones. Next question. This is a very specific one. I've been talking to this guy that I really like, but haven't talked to him in 2 weeks. Should I text him? Immediately no. Immediately no. Before I continue, this is the Laura Mercier metallic taupe or caviar stick in metallic taupe. I get so many questions on it. It is gorgeous. It is like putting butter on your eyelid, but like gold glittery butter. Like, that is the texture of this thing. But no, my answer is no, do not text this man. If this man has not contacted you in 2 weeks, a week, or like in over 2 or 3 days, do not text this man. And if you're gonna text him anything, end it. Because if a man really wants to be with you, he'll at least contact you in one way or another, some form. Or if he's busy for the next few weeks, he'll let you, not few weeks. If he's busy for the next few days, whatever it is, he'll let you know and be like, hey, just want to let you know, if I'm not like talking to you as often or whatever the heck is going on for the next day, 2 days, it's because I have X, Y, and Z going on. If a guy wants to, he will. If he wanted to, he would. But when it comes to relationships, like, a guy is there to pursue you, want you. He will do anything and everything in his power to pursue you. I know a lot of you guys have been in the position where this one guy will not stop texting you, asking you out. Like, you will literally do everything in your power to get rid of this man, but he will not take a hint. He will try so hard to get you. And you're like, dude, I don't like you like that. Like, what's going on? Find a guy like that, but that you actually have feelings towards. If it's been anything over a week, it's done for. No need to waste any more time or energy on that. Oh, maintaining friendships after college. Let's talk about it. Something I actually made a TikTok about this. I feel like I talked about this recently. Just like friendships in general, like post-college, can be so difficult to navigate. Maybe you move to a city that you don't know anyone. You're like, how the heck am I supposed to meet people? Or maybe you move to like back to kind of like your hometown, kind of like I did. No, I don't live in my hometown. I live like in the city, like the main city, and I grew up like 30 minutes outside of it. But I still do have some friends who moved back here as well, and so I still see them and everything. Something about maintaining friendships after college, a lot seem to fade away because you're all off doing your own thing, trying to figure out your own like life path, career path. Having different goals will make y'all just live completely different lives, and you know, that's okay to stop being friends, or maybe y'all's lifestyles don't align. Something that I will say is normal in your post-college, post-grad years is you will lose friendships, unfortunately. And like, I'm not here to sugarcoat things, like it sucks, but honestly it is for the best. Like, I don't expect to be like friends with your college people forever. I feel like that's a lot of things like society has made us think that like, oh, your sorority friends or your college friends, you're gonna be friends with them forever. They're gonna be in your wedding. They're gonna do this. They're gonna die with you, blah, 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 blah. Maybe, but don't go into life expecting that because so many things can change. Like there's people in my life who I thought were gonna be like my best friend till the day I die, and now I don't even speak to them. I don't even see them. And it's crazy just how quickly things like that can change. However, there are those friendships that like you do have to work at. Like I have a long distance like best friend, and not that it's like it requires so much effort to keep this friendship. Like we keep in contact on a daily basis. We see each other every now and then. Like we plan trips. Because like in college, everyone was doing the exact same thing, seeing the exact same people. It was so easy to see each other. Whereas now it's like, oh, your friends might be in a completely different state. Like, and that's with like any relationship. They will fluctuate, and the more I say this, the more I realize that it continues on to happen throughout your life, which I expect. But just know that your friendships will fluctuate. You'll meet new people, you'll lose people. Like make sure the people that you have in your group right now that you're surrounded by are people who support you, motivate you to reach your goals, and aren't there to like, you know, compete with you in a sense. Like, you know, those jealous friends who like say they support you but are like low-key competing with you. Yeah, scratch that. Get them out of your life. You don't need that energy. Lip fillers, pros, cons, share my experience. So if you guys don't know, I did get lip filler almost a year ago. That was the first time ever getting them, just because I wasn't a fan of my lips. I just thought they were super small, super skinny, and I was like, I just want a little bit of lip filler. And so I got it done about a year ago, and I have loved it. I was very bruised for about a week. I actually am getting a little bit more next week, which I'm really excited about, which might be this week by the time you're watching this. I don't really know. I do go to a place up in Allen called Beauty Bars. It's like in a little suite thing. They do like filler, Botox. I get my IV injections done there. And if you do end up going, let them know that I sent you, and they'll hook you up with a little deal. It's like $50 off. But no, I really do love it. Pros, you know, like obviously my lips look a lot better. I feel like the only con about it is just like, it's not forever. Like you have to keep up with them. I probably should have gotten them redone a few months ago. I know some people get them done every 6 months, maybe every like once a year. It really is personal preference. It was nothing that I was like, I need to get this done as soon as possible. But yes, I am going in for just like maybe like half a syringe next week. The first time I went in, I got a full syringe, but like split between the top and bottom. So I will be vlogging my experience next week, and I am very, very excited. I will say though, something that I've noticed, it's so funny, and like how, I don't understand the science behind it, like it's so weird how our body works, but if I cry, my lips get bigger. Like ever so slightly. I love it when I cry because I'm like, ooh, the lips look juicy today. I make it make sense. I would say that's a pro. But now there really aren't cons to it, honestly. Like for me personally, like it really wasn't painful. I have a whole video over getting it done, my first process, if you guys want to go see it. No, like I would say on a scale of 1 to 10 pain-wise, it was like maybe a 2. I think the worst part was the Cupid's bow area. Types of bras and underwear every girl must have. Okay, I will say I hate bras. I cannot stand them. I think I own 2, and they sit in my drawer and they're never worn. Like I'm not wearing a bra now. The most I will wear is like a bralette, and then like sticky boobs. And I will say I freaking hate sticky boobs because you wear them like anywhere and you're sweating. Like what is that makes you sweat? It's disgusting. Then you take them off and that is the only downfall to sticky boobs, I will say. Okay, the underwear that I absolutely love, Lauren Norris, if y'all know Lauren, she's my bestie girl. She also makes YouTube videos, but she got me on this underwear from Aerie. I don't know the exact name, but it's like Real Me Boy. I just read it. I'm wearing them right now. Real Me Boy Brief. But I have the thong kind and then like the regular kind. So soft, so comfortable. It feels like butter. I've been meaning to buy more of them just because they're my favorite, and I have yet to find anything that tops them. Like way better than anything from Victoria's Secret. They aren't like your cutie underwear, you know what I mean? But like they're comfortable, that's for dang sure. How to know I'm dating the right person. This is something that I'm kind of going through, trying to figure out, you know, like the whole dating situation. It can just be so difficult, and like learning, you know, like what you want, what you don't want. But you know, the main things I think I would just really focus on is if you can be yourself around that person without feeling judged. Someone that you can call a best friend. Like you can do fun, silly things with, but you can also, you know, like go out to a cute little date night dinner, dress up, just someone who you can just have a fun time with, connect with, and don't rush into it. Like don't go into dating and being like, oh my gosh, like we've been on 1, maybe 2 dates. Like, does he like me? Like, are we gonna, you know, get married? Like, are things gonna be official soon? Y'all have been on 2 dates. Relax. But feel it out. Like really just take things slow. See how you are with the person. You want to make sure that you see the person in a lot of different scenarios. Like see how they are, you know, when they're angry or stressed, upset, happy, so you know like what you're getting into. There's no way to know if you're dating the right person truthfully, like so early on, but you know, just trust your gut. Like, is this my gut telling me this, or is this my anxious thoughts telling me this? But my biggest thing is just make sure that you are comfortable around this person and you can be your true authentic self, because you don't want to get into a relationship with someone who's gonna like judge you for being you and then you like hold yourself back, because been there, done that, and it freaking sucks. Would you rather go back to high school or college for all 4 years? College. College for sure, because in high school, like you're still so young. Like you start high school at what age? 14? Maybe it's even 15. Like you are so young. You have no idea what the heck life is about to throw you. And like high school was fun and all, but college was so much better because in a way, like you're finally like able to live life, not like on your own terms, but I guess in your own terms. But like you just get to experience life a little bit differently than in high school. You get to meet completely new people than in high school, people that you've never seen before, because people in high school are most likely the people that you grew up with. It's just a very different experience, and I freaking loved college, and I would definitely go back and relive that for sure. Maybe not freshman year. We all know my freshman year experience was brutal. Have you ever had any crazy weird dates where you knew this wasn't it? Okay, I'll be honest, I've never had like a bad date experience, thank goodness. There was like one guy who was such an angel to me, like so sweet, and I could tell he wanted it to like progress and go further, but I just was not feeling it at all. And like, and I wish I did, because he was just such a gentleman, but I honestly, I wasn't attracted to him, and I thought maybe that would grow over time, and it didn't, and I didn't want to keep leading him on, and so I was like, listen, like this isn't gonna work, but like there's nothing that was like crazy or weird. Thank goodness, I guess. I don't know. And we're going to end the video over toxic men. We'll talk about it a little bit. I've had my fair share in dealing with toxic men in my life, and you know what? Unfortunately, it's something that in the moment I really wasn't for certain on if they were toxic or if it was just my overthinking self. And then as soon as I get out of it, I'm like, dang, that really was toxic. I dealt with that for real. I've learned a lot, honestly, and you know, like how to know when, you know, the red flags arise. I need to tweeze this eyebrow. But no, I've unfortunately have dealt with my fair share in toxic men and their behaviors, and you know, the moment like a severe like red flag comes up, everyone has their red flags, okay? Don't be scared of red flags, honestly. It kind of just depends. Like for me personally, like if this red flag is here, is it something that I think is detrimental to what could potentially like be, like could be detrimental to a potential relationship, then I don't focus on it. But if it is something that's like, oh, like his red flag is I don't think he'll be able to commit to me because he has commitment issues, end it right then and there. But just know what you want, and like how it can be hard to weed them out, honestly, because some of the most toxic men hide it so well, and you're like, did you like take a class on how to do this? Like you straight up just used me, dude. And you know, the moment that they say that they're not ready for a relationship, drop them so fast. Because why, if your end goal is to be in a relationship, why would you continue entertaining that? Like they're just going to be using you for whatever it is that they're wanting, attention, intimacy, whatever it is that y'all are doing. If you are dating to marry, be very intentional with your dating goals and tell them straight up, like, this is what I'm doing. I'm not here for hookups. Like when I am on a first date, I make sure that like if the guy hasn't asked me yet, I ask them like what their intentions are in dating. Like what, if they're dating to marry, if they're just trying to figure out their dating goals, whatever you want to call it, or if they're just here to hook up. I want to make sure that we are on the same page. We're very clear on the first date, because if we are not clear on our Like if our dating intentions are not the exact same on the first date, then I don't want to see you again for the second time because that would be such a waste of both of our time. First dates say a lot, and I know that can be kind of like intimidating, being like, but it's just a first date, you're just trying to get to know them. Yes, but also like, it's not a deep question. It really isn't. I used to think it was like such a deep question. It's like, oh, like why would you ask that? Like you're just getting to know them. Okay, yeah, but you're dating to marry this person potentially. Make sure y'all are on the same page. Communication, people. Like, it's so easy. It can be intimidating, I get it, but just ask the dang question. That is all that I have for you guys today. I hope this was a little informative. To be honest, I thought y'all would have more juicy questions. There aren't very many juicy questions. Y'all need, I expect y'all to dive deep next time, okay? But that is it for today's video, and I will see y'all in my next one. Bye.